Hello everyone. The next morning after breakfast, we left for Venice. Actually, we had no plan to go to Venice. On the last day of conference, Sayan had a little time, so we suddenly planned to go to Venice just the previous night. For this reason, we had to pay a little more for the bus fare, like the bus fare of €9 had to be taken for €19. Sayan had a little fever on that day, so Sayan's body was not permitting. But since it was our dream to visit Venice, it was very difficult for us to go so close to Venice and return without seeing it. So we went to Venice despite many obstacles. Travel time from Trieste to Venice by Flixbus was 2 hours. Flixbus went to Troncheto Island. From there we went to main Venice Island by ferry. The city of Venice is completely surrounded by water, so it is only accessible by ferry. Here at this ticket counter we bought ticket of €10 per head from Troncheto to Venice city center. Then we were very hungry, so we went to eat at Chinese restaurant which was just above the ticket counter. This map was given from the ticket counter for our convenience. Since the whole city is floating on water, so there were ferry taxis, ferry stations, and everything was connected by ferries. Then we took the ferry to Venice main city center. It was incredibly beautiful to see the floating city on the ferry. Venice is a city in northeastern Italy and the capital of the Veneto region. It is built on a group of 118 small islands that are separated by expanses of open water and by canals. Portions of the cities are linked by over 400 bridges. The islands are in the shallow Venetian lagoon and enclosed bay lying between the mouths of Po and Piave rivers. Together with the cities of Padua and Treviso, Venice is included in the Padua-Treviso-Venice metropolitan area, which is considered a statistical metropolitan area with a total population of 2.6 million. The name is derived from the ancient Veneti people who inhabited the region by the 10th century. The city was historically the capital of the Republic of Venice for almost a millennium from 810 to 1797. It was a major financial and the maritime power during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance and a staging area for the Crusades and the Battle of Lepanto, as well as an important center of commerce, especially silk, grain and spice, and of art from 13th century to the end of 17th. The city-state of Venice is considered to have been the first real international financial center emerging in the 9th century and reaching its greatest prominence in the 14th century. This made Venice a wealthy city throughout most of its history. For centuries, Venice possessed numerous territories along the Adriatic Sea and within the Italian peninsula, leaving a significant impact on the architecture and culture that can still be seen today. The sovereignty of Venice came to an end in 1797 at the hands of Napoleon. Subsequently, in 1866, the city became part of Kingdom of Italy. Venice has been known as La Dominant, Queen of Adriatic, City of Water, City of Masks, City of Bridges, the Floating City, and City of Canals. The lagoon and the historic parts of the city within the lagoon were inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987, covering an area of 70,176.4 hectares. Parts of Venice are renowned for the beauty of their settings, their architecture, and artwork. Venice is known for several important artistic movements, especially during the Renaissance period, and has played an important role in the history of instrumental and operatic music. In the 21st century, Venice remains a very popular tourist destination, a major cultural center, and has been ranked many times the most beautiful city in the world. The city faces challenges including an excessive number of tourists in the Centro Storico as well as problems caused by pollution, tight peaks, and cruise ships sailing too close to buildings. It has been described by the Times as one of Europe's most romantic cities and by the New York Times as undoubtedly the most beautiful city built by man. have been shot here, like The Great Gambler in 1979. The song Do Lafzon Ki Hai Ye Dil Ki Kahani has been completed shoot in Grand Canal of Venice. St. Mark's Campanile is the bell tower of St. Mark's Basilica in Venice, Italy. The current campanile is a reconstruction completed in 1912, the previous tower having collapsed in 1902. At 98.6 meters in height, it is the tallest structure in Venice and it is one of the most recognizable symbols of the city. It is located in St. Mark's Square near the mouth of the Grand Canal. The campanile was initially intended as a watchtower to sight approaching ships and protect the entry to the city. It also served as a landmark to guide Venetian ships safely into the harbor. St. Mark's Basilica is the cathedral church of Catholic Patriarch of Venice. It became the episcopal seat of the Patriarch of Venice in 1807, replacing the earlier cathedral of San Pietro di Castello. The church is located on the eastern end of St. Mark's Square and the former political and religious center of the Republic of Venice, and is attached to the Doge's Palace. St. Mark's Square is the principal public square of Venice, Italy, where it is generally known just as La Piazza. Almost all other urban spaces in the city are called campi. A remark usually attributed to Napoleon calls the Piazza San Marco the drawing room of Europe. Another Bollywood movie, Bachna Hai Hasino in 2008, shot in Italy. Its song, Khuda Jaane, has been shot in Venice, Italy. The Doge's Palace is a palace built in Venetian Gothic style and one of the main landmarks of the city of Venice in northern Italy. The palace was the residence of the Doges of Venice, the supreme authority of the former Republic of Venice. We saw many shops here. These shops were mostly owned by Bangladeshi people. Actually, I liked an umbrella, so I went to buy it at the shop and saw the shopkeeper speaking in Bengali. Then I saw that bargaining was going on in these shops, which I miss a lot since coming to Europe because I love to bargain. Then I bought an umbrella from a shop here. The shopkeeper told me 20 euro, but I bargained and bought it for 18 euro. Then we took the return ticket to come back to Trancheta Island. All these were ferry stations where ferries were standing to take passengers. When going to Venice city center, the ferry was direct from Trancheta to the city center. There was no stop anywhere. But at the return time, the ferry stopped at all the stations. After returning to Trancheta Island, we had dinner again at that Chinese restaurant. Our Flixbus was at around 8:30 p.m. from Trancheta to Trieste, but that bus was cancelled, so we had to rebook on the next bus. We had to pay more money to rebook and had to spend a lot of time sitting in the Trancheta Island. We had some time in Trancheta Island, so we visited these shops here. I saw there is a metro station. I saw many buses stopped here, such as Germany, Netherlands, Milan, Budapest. Our bus arrived at around 10 p.m. and we reached Trieste at around 12 a.m.